Hey, y'all, God is doing his big thing right now. Women are out here regenerating their tubes. There are women that have had their tubes removed that are popping up pregnant. God is doing his big one right now, and I need y'all to understand what's happening. These doctors are taking women's parts. Some because women want them gone. Some because they're lying to women saying they need to be taken out. And what God is showing doctors is I am really God. There are women that are coming up pregnant that have had their tubes removed from their bodies to prevent pregnancy. However, the timeline has shifted, and these very same women are popping up pregnant with no tubes. I guess we're regenerating tubes now. I don't know. But what I do know, the download gave me this. God is showing humans that they are not God. Yes, some of us pretend to be God. We are gods made in his image, but we are not the God. And a lot of humans are out here pretending to be the God, and they are doing things that God does not like, that the earth does not like, that Mother Nature does not like. And what's happening is God is doing a big one and showing that he is the true Almighty by making women become pregnant after they have had their tubes removed from their body. Now, I've always heard of women getting pregnant after they had their tubes tied and after they had their tubes burned or snipped. However, if you have no tubes in your body, you're not supposed to be pregnant. You're not supposed to get pregnant. But God is doing a big one right now because there's a handful of women that have had their tubes removed from their body and have now had babies or are now pregnant, about to have a baby. And what the universe and what the world and what God is showing us is I am the Almighty, and you humans need to bow down, because if you're trying to destroy my creation by not allowing them to create, I'm still going to allow them to create, even though you thought you took the gift of creation away from them. So any woman out there that had their tubes removed and it wasn't by your choice, please beware or be in joy that God is doing a big one right now by allowing women to become pregnant after their tubes have been removed from their body. And it's up and down my timeline. I know people personally that have become pregnant after removing their tubes. And God has the last word, not man, not doctors. And a lot of times these doctors are telling false truths to women as to why they need to remove those tubes out of their body. And they're using those tubes for scientific purposes, not realizing that God has the last word. And regardless of you taking a woman's tubes out of her body, guess what? God is showing up and he's showing out. And you women are coming up pregnant with the tubes removed from your body. So anything is possible through God, okay? And I need you to understand that if you are one of those that really want to be pregnant and your tubes were removed for whatever reason and it wasn't your choice to have them removed, just know a lot of women, whether they did it purposefully or whether the doctor told them they had to do it, they're popping up pregnant, they're having babies. And the timeline has shifted, and everything that man thinks that they are as far as God's doing God's work, and you're doing not God's work, you're doing the work of the devil because you're doing things against God. He's showing up and he's showing out, and he's making women become pregnant even though those doctors took away their woman parts in order for them to be pregnant. The womb is sacred. The womb is ordained by God, and only God can say yes or no to bringing life into this world. And certain lives are being brought into this world to make changes. Certain lives are being brought into this world to course correct what's been happening in this world, in this realm. And God is showing out, and y'all are becoming pregnant. Well, I'm not gonna say y'all, we are becoming pregnant with no tubes. Okay, all right.